Hi everyone, welcome back to our Zaro Growth Lab. I'm Coach Xinglu. In the last lesson, we talked about how to build your linking profile that a buyer can actually understand and trust, including AI, right? And now maybe you will start asking, okay, my profile looks better. I hope so. Okay, now what? Who should I connect with, right? What job title should I search? And how do I know whether the person I find is actually involved in the buying decision? And maybe some of you have already tried searching on LinkedIn, right? So, what job title or what kind of keyword did you type in the searching bar? I am quite familiar with the healthcare sector, so I know I've been searching keyword like medical distributor, buyer, or procurement manager. And then LinkedIn will give you thousands, hundreds of results. So you start click around, right? And you may send a few connection requests, and you may also save a few company pages. And after an hour, you still don't really know whether you're finding the right people. And this kind of problem, you've been facing every day. And after a few weeks and months, you kind of question yourself, is LinkedIn the correct platform for you? Yes, you are. Okay, but you probably are not using this tool correct. Because a great linking profile the right buyers never see is like putting up a perfect billboard in the middle of the desert. It may look great, but it won't generate business. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to identify the right companies, the right roles, and the right people inside those companies, not random connections, and not the biggest, long possible list. We want a focused, a qualified B2B prospect list that you can actually use. So this is about this lesson, right? So let's go find your buyer. Okay, so before we start searching, I want to fix some misunderstanding in the B2B sales. So you are not really selling to a company, okay? You are selling to people inside a company. A company does not open your message, right? A company does not attend your sales meeting. A company does not approve your quote, your proposal. It's the people, right? People do. So in most deals, the sales deals, there is almost never just one person that involved. Maybe in some size of the company, it's the CEO who does every approval. But in most cases, in the bigger company, there may be more than one person, right? There may be one person who first discover you, and then another person who evaluates your product, and then another person who checks the quality or compliance, another person then who controls the budget, and then another person who finally approves the deal, right? So when a salesperson tells me, oh, I find a company, and my next question is, okay, who did you find inside that company? Right? Because finding the right company is only half the work. You also need to understand the buying chain inside the company. It's the chain, right? So for most B2B sales, you can think about the chain in three simple layers. It's like a cake, three layers. First is the decision layer. So there are the people who control the budget or approve the direction. So usually it's the owners, the president, the vice president, the directors, the heads of the departments, right? So they may not handle the project every day, but they can say yes or no, right? And the second layer is the execution layer. So they are the people who actually manage the process. So maybe they are in the manager position, the procurement manager, the sourcing manager, They're the buyer, the category manager, the business development manager, right? The product manager. So these are often the people that you are communicate with the most. So they collect information, they compare all the suppliers, they coordinate with samples, pricings, and the timelines. Okay, remember those titles, right? You're gonna need them when you do all the searchings. And the third layer is the influence layer. These people may not sign the contract. They may not appear on your contract, right? Their name may not be there, but they often have very big influence over the suppliers get selected. They may work in the quality department, in the regulatory department, operations, engineering, product development, clinical affairs, supply chains. Okay, so for example, a procurement manager may like your pricing, but if the quality manager does not approve your documentation, the deal may stop, right? A director may support the project, but if the product manager does not believe the product fits the market, and the project may just not move forward, it just stuck there, right? So this is why reaching only one person can be risky. So in your entire opportunity may just sitting inside one inbox or just on the table for a long time. It's not moving forward, right? That's why you figure, why my message, it's just not moving forward. It's stuck there. So, but when several people inside the same organization begin to recognize your name, your credibility becomes stronger. The buyer now sees you. The quality person sees you. The director sees you. Now the conversation is no longer dependent on one person remembering to forward your email. And this is how B2B opportunities actually begin to move through an organization. So before we really open the LinkedIn and type anything in that search bar, okay, we do need to answer this important question. Who exactly are we looking for? This is where I always say, who is it your, who, this is where your ICP comes from. This terminology may be made a little unfamiliar. It sounds like a stranger to you. What is ICP? ICP stands for Ideal Customer Profile. It sounds like a marketing term, but the idea is very simple. Your ICP is a clear description of the type of company most likely to need what you sell, and the people inside the company who are most likely to care. The mistake many business make is defining their market too broadly. Okay, for example, we want US distributors. That's, the company that I been working with is I want US distributor. This is not an ICP. The United States has distributors across thousands of industry. Some serves, even in healthcare, right? Some serves hospital, some serve retail store, some specialized in orthopedic products, some maybe do dental product, some sell capital equipments, some maybe technically be distributor, but they have no reason to buy what you offer. So instead of saying we want distributor, let's make some picture, let's make your distributor picture more specific. Okay, so let's ask some more specific question. What industry are they in? What products do they already sell? What market do they serve? How large are they? Do they sell to hospital? Do they sell to clinic, retailer, manufacturer, or other distributors? Are they regional, national, international? You can start asking a lot of questions, right? So we can also make some other more specific examples, right? What kind of, if you sell a orthopedic braces, right? Your ICP may not be simply as healthcare companies in the United States. It could be like US-based medical distributor that already carries orthopedic, like Rehabit, pain management, or durable managed equipment products. It may serve clinic, pharmacies, orthopedic practices, or home healthcare markets. You see, this is more specific, and it may have enough size to place meaningful orders, but still be small enough that I can reach their decision makers. You know, now it's more specific. Then I can map the people inside my ICP. So at this decision level, now I can start to look for the people inside my ICPs, right? So the vice president of sales, the VP of their business development, I can try to find their director of purchasing, the director of product management, something like that. Okay, so now you don't randomly search for medical buyer anymore. You have a company profile. You now have a bigger market, and now you have a specific rule. This is what turns linking really from a social platform into a real prospecting tool because you know your customer better. Okay, now again, let's go back. Let's do some little demo here. Let me stop sharing here a little bit. Okay, let me see. Now, let me see how we can turn this ideal into something more practical. Because I just give you an example how we can describe our ICP, right? But for some business, you probably may not define your ICP that clearly. Sometimes it will take you a long time to find your ideal customer picture, but that's okay. As I said a lot in our last lessons, you don't have to sit there for your entire day in front of a blank page, right? Now we have the help of our Zero coach. The same thing. Last time we used our business office in the AI agent. Last time we used the linking content creator to help you write your headline and the about session, right? So this time we're gonna utilize another AI agent, the marketing and the growth assistant. And this is a very powerful AI agent. You're probably gonna utilize a lot of its help during your marketing project. As in the description, you can see once you hire this AI agent to your team, it's in the recommended here, okay, your marketing and the growth assistant here. Once you invite him to your team, and you can, in the skill description here, you can see it's pre-installed 47 skills already. Okay. And there are some very common business growth tasks, such as customer research, prospecting, competitor profiling, content strategy, coding, email writing, sales enablement, AI SEO and growth analytics, referrals, a lot of stuff like that. It's pre-built skills already. And today, so you don't have to learn all 47 skills at once. You can just simply start with the business questions that you are trying to solve. And as for today's lesson, we're going to use the customer research skill. Because before we search for buyer, as I'm trying to explain, right, we need to define what a qualified buyer actually looks like. So let's invite him to our team. And what I did here is just doing a quick example. Very simple question here. Can you generate my ICP? And I only give him a very, very simple word. What's my product? Okay. And my product is only sold in the United States. And my ideal customer, very simple word also, is like my orthopedic surgeon group who have some kind of billing ability. So that's all I know about my current customer and see what it generated for me. I gave him a very simple prompt, right? Okay, so the assistant doesn't really return with one sentence saying that, oh, your target customer is an orthopedic surgery group. That won't be useful at all, right? So it gave me a structured working ICP, very clear statement. And it recommend a US-based multi-physician orthopedic surgery group with 5 surgeons or more, or orthopedic affiliated ambulatory surgery center, the ASCs, with in-house or outsourced medical billing reimbursement infrastructure. So already, there's more specific than saying we want like orthopedic doctors, for example. Well, I read it through. It also gave me some checklist, who will be a good fit, who may not, disqualify to skip them. Okay. It also gave me some role, who they are, what they care about, and my value promises here. Okay. And also give me some recommended prospect list. And it can also, this is a good part, okay? It can also give me some lead discovery search, which I may expand in a later part. So this is a very powerful tool. Let our Zaro coach to help you to find your ICP. So you will have some basic idea about who is your customer. Okay, so that's the good part. So it's not a general term. It gives you some idea. Okay, so now we have a working ideal customer profile. Now we're going to turn that into an actual search strategy. We know the type of organization, right? We know the qualification criteria, and we now know the buying signal, right? We know what they care about. We know who they are. We know what they care about, and we know the different people involved. And we're going to do some search. Let's go to LinkedIn, right? Okay. Let me see if how I going to share here. Okay. Let me. Okay. So I'll just do a simple share here like this. Okay. So as the same just like last lesson, I'll share some basic logic and then we're gonna do some quick demo on linking there. So I want to keep this as simple. So on the search technique, it's basically 3 moves. Okay. So you can use the quote function, you can use the or you can use the not function. So using the quotation mark help you to search for an exact phrase. For example, if you use the sourcing manager in a quotation mark, it will give you to look for the, instead of showing anyone who happens to have the words sourcing and the manager somewhere on their profile, it will give you the exact complete job title. Okay. And the second tool is or. So different company maybe use different title for the very similar job. One company may use purchasing manager, the other company may use sourcing manager, another may use procurement manager, right? So instead of searching them once at a time, sometimes you can just use the or to go as a wider search. So you can do like purchasing or sourcing or procurement. So you can search at one time. So the idea is quotes to be exact or to go wide. But sometimes the third tool is to not. Use the not to filter people out because you don't want to find the other buyers, right? Or the other recruiters or the other salespeople to keep the buyer related result to filter them out. So you can use the not function to filter them out, to like filter someone just like you, right? To filter them out. So that's the key function, the key idea behind it. Okay. Filter. You can also search by people or by company. I will show you the idea when I do the demo there. You can be very creative. You can search for people or you can search for company. And then you can combine the two, right? You can do a job title plus an industry, and then a job title plus a company, or job title, you can combine the product category. You can be very creative, right? Using the purchasing manager or a product and to combine them together to give you more such result there. And use the filter section to filter sometimes the company size or filter the location, filter the industry, to give you some other results there, okay, to give you the golden zone. So the idea is we don't want a very, very wide list. You want to qualify the list. So if you get a very dead list, you rather have an active list. So that's the idea, to use all those functions to give you a cool qualified list there. Okay. Another cool tip is, linking is actually there are free membership and also paid membership there. I would recommend you to try the free version. And if you really decided to use LinkedIn as a business expansion tool, try to use the Sales Navigator. It's very powerful. You're gonna have more leads there as the Sales Navigator, the premium version. But if you want to explore more, you can use the Google X-ray. Okay, because the linking free account sometimes limit how many search you can do, but there is other way if you want. Yeah, you can try to use Google X-ray search. I will share you more. I prepared actually a template how you can utilize the Google search to find the linking pages there. So that template gonna be shared under the description comments there. So you can join our either WeChat group or WhatsApp community group. The template can be found in our community. So you can find the search keyword and you can see how to find and appear more through the Google X-ray search bar there. Okay. And as I just showed you on our Zaro coach there, we can generate leads from there. Okay, so that's the logic there. And then let's go back to linking here. Okay, so here is the search bar that I'm mentioning. Okay, so we can try to search. So in the quotation, so sourcing manager in a quotation, that's what I mean. Okay, so you see, if I search in a quotation, it's exact match. And then I can search under people. So it will show you all exact sourcing manager, but that's under different industries, right? So now you can use all the filters. You can use all the filters, all filters here. You can filter by the company size. Maybe you can choose 51 to 200 or like 200 to 500, or maybe you can choose 11 to 50, whatever you want. And you can choose add a location, right? Like United States, maybe. Show result. Also, you can buy industry. Healthcare. Hospitals and healthcare. Show result. Okay, now it's more specific. Okay, now it's more specific. So you can read them. The sourcing manager, sourcing manager. So you will see how many people there. Okay, so that's find by people and use the filter function. Okay, so that's by the quotation. Or you can, okay, so that's I put some orthopedic. So that's with more keywords there. Okay, so let's go wider. That's how you can search. So it now, but because I'm adding more keywords there, so it's more specific. So you can find whoever you want. It may relate to your product a little bit, better relates to your customer. Okay. All right, so that gives you some idea. So that's search by people. There is another way that you can search by company. Okay, so that you can search by company. If you know who is your either your competitor or your customer. So let's find some big company name under in the healthcare. Okay, so Medline is a big supplier under in the medical industry, right? So let's see, this is a company page. So this is the company page. So what you can do is you can find a lot of people, okay? So a lot of KOLs, let's say, right? People who are very active in the industry. So you can find them. How you can find them? So one, you can find the employees in Medline, in the company. So the idea is the same. Okay. So if you know the company, for example, your customer's company page, your competitor's company page, so you can find their employees here. Okay, find the people here and what you see what they do. Okay, for example, what they do, operations, sales, or maybe you're more interested in business development, or maybe no, you probably interested in the healthcare service. Okay, people you may know. You can look for second connection, right? Easier to get connected. Okay, look for the people you can possibly get connected to. Show more result. See, you can get connected to them, to the people inside them. So that's one way to find connection, to find the leads. Okay. Another thing that you can do is find under their post. Okay. So, for example, here, there are a lot of people who are comment, who are doing likes. Okay. Look for people's, looking for their headlines. That's another reason why you need to leave a good headline. And you should do the same thing. You should probably do some likes here, put some comments there, so people will see you in the same time. And if they see your headline quite interesting, catch their eye, well, they will find you as well. Same thing, right? If you see someone catch your eye, that they can be your qualified leads. So you can find hundreds, thousands of leads. So because in this lesson, we are trying to find thousands of leads, right, to put on your lead list. And in our next lesson is how to send out a first connection message, because how to get them a good response rate is another question. How to send a powerful first message and let them get us connected. Okay, that's to the next question. Also, you can also find here affiliate pages people also viewed. So that's the possibly like the customer that you know or the competitors that you may know. It's the similar page that you can find, that you can click. That linking suggested that the other customer, like company page that you may interested in, right? People who are also following, right? So that's you can go from there. And you can do the same thing. So there are a lot of leads you can search through that search from by company. So the first thing I showed you is search by people. Now this is search by company, and you can search under their post, search under their activity. And there are other thing is you can join some groups, and there are some groups that you can join. I kind of forgot where to go, but there are a lot of groups that you can join. I think I joined a couple groups here. Okay. So there are a lot of groups that you can join as well. So if you're interested in any like medical device or business marketing, you can join some groups that interested. And for example, find the people there. Okay. Well, find those people there. So there are a lot of leads that you can looking for. So that's on LinkedIn, where you can find the leads. And here, let me show you on our Zaro coach, as I just mentioned. And our Zaro coach also told you, I can run an actual search for the orthopedic surgery group matches the profile that the candidate lead that qualifies your need, right? So it can generate leads. We also have another AI agent, the lead discovery agent, okay, which can give you qualified leads, same thing. But uh, it will use your token for sure. So we have been built in very powerful AI agent to just meet your business need. Okay. So those are a lot of ways that can qualify your business needs. So let's bring everything together. Here is the system. First, you need to define your ICPs and mapping the buying group. And we need to turn all the roles into the searching terms. Use the correct search functions and use all the good filters. You can use different ways, the Google search, the LinkedIn search, and now you can even leverage our Zaro coach search to expand your lead list, right? To generate your lead discovery. So today's assignment is simple. I don't want to call it simple. It's quite a big assignment, right? You should choose one, your product, and what's your market, and find your customer type, and build your ICP, and create your search, right? So find who is your decision maker, and find your execution layer, find your influence layer. So find those three layers. And if possible, find your first 20 qualified prospects, not the thousands name. We don't need the thousands name. We just want a 20 qualified prospects leads, the 20 people that you can explain, right? For those names, why this company, why this person, and what is the next action that you want to do, right? You can feel free to create a free account at our Zaro.ai and try our market and growth assistant, right? You can also try this toolkit you can get our buyer search toolkit through the community link in this description under our video. And find the right person is the beginning, because the list is not a pipeline until someone really answers, just I mentioned. So in our next lesson, we will find the tackling in the moment most salespeople doing, how to send the first message, and how do you send a connection request people can actually accept. What do you say after they connect with you, right? And how do you start a business conversation without immediately sounding like a salesperson? Because I do have feedback like, why do they not accept my friend request? Because they know what you're gonna do after they accept your friend request, right? They know you're gonna send them product catalog. They know you're gonna do the same as other salesperson, right? You're gonna send them information just as the same on your website. Linking is not your sales tool, it's your connection tool. So no copied company introduction, no instant pitch, definitely no. Okay, so don't do like, dear sir, we are a professional manufacturer with 20 years of experience. Don't do that. Okay. So what's the right thing to do? That's our next lesson. The first message that gets a reply. So subscribe to our YouTube channel so you do not miss it. Now let's go build your list first, and I'll see you in our next lesson.